here also. Oh, we got so many alums, so many incredible people who are members of the WJPZ family. But the point I want to say, and let me go for an end here. I love all of you so much. I've been here for 34 years on faculty at Syracuse for a guy who only came here to get his doctoral degree, and I was supposed to have gone back home, and I did go back home. Had a great time and came back. But thank God that I came back in September of 1975 because a little radio station that was sitting there needing water, needing nourishment, needing food, needing direction was sitting there. And God said, let's feed her. And we fed her. And tonight, all of you and all of our WJPZ alums and members throughout the entire world grew from those seeds that we planted. And our industry tonight that people say is in trouble, radio is not in trouble. It's the management model that's in trouble. We must have an act that attracts. We can't do it with voice tracking. We can't do it with stations being run totally by computers. Not at all. And as I get ready to end, I do a weekly radio show on Power 106 WPHR FM, and I invite all of you to call into the show or come by and visit with me tomorrow. I'm on from 1 till 7. Studio number, ready? Hey, Rick Wright, Power 106.9 Old School Sunday. Today's R&B and Old School. Hey, the phone number is 428-1069 and area code 315. By the way, today at 5 o'clock, we'll have the Historical Attitudinal Hour, 4 o'clock Funk Hour, and, of course, at 3 o'clock, we got people from a great school district called Syracuse coming in to talk about education. I'm really humbled tonight because something else is happening to me right now, and it's a result of really using radio the way in which it should be done. Today, audiences of the world are hungry for entertainment, for information, and education that radio can provide. The present management model is giving the audiences of the world a Burger King meal. And what people need, Dano and Rusty the Bailiff Burrell will tell you over and over again. Rocco will tell you. I will tell you your first inductees tonight. We need to get an act that attracts. We need to give people an 8-course meal. We need to give them an 8-course meal. My saddest moment of the week is when I get off the air at Clear Channel, WPHR, Power 106.9 radio. When I leave at 7 o'clock, all stations are now on a computer. And I leave a radio station, the phones are ringing off the hook. I've had a lot of guests throughout the afternoon, and I really enjoy radio, and I'm using it as a model. The new technologies are incredible. The online thing is blowing me away because I get phone calls from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, phone calls from Paris, phone calls from all of you all over the United States and everything. But I will say, as you'll give me this award tonight, another award is being presented to your old professor also at this time in Auburn, New York. My radio show has just received the Award of Social Conscience. Dr. Rick Wright and 106.9 is being awarded right now by the Community of Color Honor and Awardees, and there's some others, at a place called the Springside Inn in Auburn, New York, right now as we stand here. And I have my adopted brother receiving that award for me. So I must be doing something right with radio and its ability to localize. And also, you know, Scotty, I was telling this story early, and here's what hurts me, and I'm gone after I tell you this quick, short story. I got off the air last Sunday, and then I took time to get the paperwork done, and I jumped in the car to head back out to see my little son, Reuben Wright III. But I got an 11-year-old at my old age of 66, by the way, everybody. Well, anyhow, I'm headed back down Highway 174, 175, headed back to Marcellus, New York. I look in my rear view mirror, and I think God gave me this story to tell you tonight. Elvis, another true story. I thought I was breaking the speed limit because I saw these flashing lights. I looked at my speedometer, and I was running about 50. I said, oh, I'm not. So I pulled aside, and these two Onondaga Sheriff police cars were racing like 90 miles per hour, headed in the same direction I was going. As I got closer to Marcellus, New York, last Sunday night, there was a helicopter flying over the village with a searchlight. There were all kind of emergency vehicles. Traffic was backed up. There was a tremendous fire. And immediately I thought, did anybody get hurt or killed? But here was the sad moment for me. With all of the technology that we have, I could not pick up the cell phone that I had with me to call what? A news informational radio station and tell them a big story was unfolding because nobody was what? At the station. So, in the words of one of my great college presidents, and I broke his rule tonight, Dr. Walter N. Ridley, who was one of the first African Americans to study broadcasting in America, said, Rick, whenever you give a speech, make your speech beautiful, sweet, short, and then be gone. Thank you so much for the award. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. Radio, baby. Radio. Showtime. Time to dance. Radio. And all of its great formats. Alex Silverman, News Radio 570, WSYR.
Hey, Dr. Wright, when Dr. Wright was being introduced, I realized I had forgotten the gift that we bought Dr. Wright. So I ran back to the radio station. Found that my card didn't work in the card access machine, called public safety, waited 15 minutes for them to show up, ran all the way back with the gift, and I'm like, oh, shit, Dr. Wright's going to be done. He talked for another half an hour, so thank you.